just wanted to do a bit of an update. Sorry. I know it's been very difficult for people in these really crazy times that we've been living in. And everything that people have been going through. And all I could say is God bless frontline workers and everybody who's out there working in order to keep us safe. Tomorrow I get needles in my head at the hospital. My lungs have been really having a time. I've got stuff on my chest right now. Here, I'm gonna, hold on, take one of these. I've had a lot happen to me in a short amount of time. I'm trying to deal with it. I'm not going to sit here and smile because I don't feel like it. So today, the urn I ordered for my late husband came. It's very beautiful. It came all the way from the US. And this person did a wonderful job. My late husband was very well known in the blues community in Ottawa. And it shocked many musicians from Canada, the US, all around the world when he passed. I'm still having trouble with that. Because I just talked to him a week before he passed, a week and a few days before he passed. Because I was in hospital and I couldn't make his birthday, which was March 12th, the same day my dad passed. And so he said, don't worry about it, we'll catch up afterwards. And he couldn't wait for me to see him because he looked so good and he wanted me to see that. And a musician friend of ours, she asked how I was doing. I said, oh, you know, my lungs are giving me some issues and stuff like that, but, you know, all day by day, I'm getting there. And she said to me, you don't know, do you? So what do you mean I don't know? Don't know what? She says, oh my God, you don't know. I said, now you're scaring me. What don't I know? She says, I'm so sorry. At first I thought maybe one of our school friends had passed or something. I didn't expect what she was going to write next. And she quickly placed a call. So fast. It was like lightning. When she wrote it and she called immediately. She said, honey, Jet's dead. I said, what? No. And all I just let out was this big, no. And she called me and I screamed, no. The police were waiting to contact me. But it was true. And then I saw in the blues community, in our papers, and everywhere, I was seeing his picture and beautiful things that were being written about him. And it just made it real. And I can't do this without crying, because it's been horrendous. This month has been, oh dear God, give me strength. Oh. It's been, I don't even know, there's no word for it. So, I was given all these contact numbers. Because an autopsy was performed on him. Because he passed suddenly, and they needed to know why he passed. So, over the next number of days, I had to do so many different things that I never thought I'd have to do. And then with COVID, it's kind of limited. I had to call the coroner's office and talk to them and gave them information. I called other places as well to, this was Easter weekend. And I called the coroner. He didn't have his papers on him at the moment, but he said, give me an hour. And he was so nice, because this is about 4:45 on a Friday, Good Friday. And I mean, it was so nice of him. He said, listen, give me an hour and I'll have everything you want, and I'll be able to answer any questions you have. And we did. We spoke. Oh, ow. CBD. And, so I spoke with him for a long time. And then, had to make arrangements to get his body on that Tuesday taken out of the hospital, the morgue where he was, and had to arrange for the funeral home that I was working with to pick him up. It hurt my heart that I know his spirit was gone. He'd been called home. But his body was still in a cold, dark place. And that hurt me more than anything. Because he always said he never wanted to be alone. And he was alone. I promised him he would never be alone. And he was alone. And I couldn't do anything about it. But I got him on Tuesday. And I got him to the funeral home. I signed all the papers and signed everything for him to be cremated. And he was cremated on the 17th. But I didn't get his ashes, his cremains back until the 20-something. I had to look for urns and something appropriate because music was our life and it was his life. And when he stepped on stage, he just lit up. He lit up. And that's where he was meant to be. He was home when he stepped on stage. He was a performer. He was an artist. And he just came alive when he was on stage, performing in front of thousands of people, in front of rooms full of people. I had to identify him before he was sent to be cremated. And I cried. Because that was the last time I was going to see him. And he didn't get to show me his new haircut or anything. Holding on here. I didn't get to see that. But I got to see his lifeless body on a gurney with a blanket over him. head. Enough for me. It's easy to identify him. I kept praying. Maybe they made a mistake. Maybe somewhere a horrible mistake was made, and it wasn't him. It was wishful thinking. I know. It was wishful thinking. Today, his urn came. I had already picked up his ashes, his cremains at the funeral home, and brought him home with me. Not in the way that he wanted, but he was home with me. And I cried, and I yelled at him, and I hugged the box with his ashes. And I cried again. And I got mad at him. I think I went through every single emotion I could possibly go through all at one time. And I'm serious, all at one time. And again today, I had to open up the cremains cardboard little box that they put you in. It's just a box, a cardboard box. And they wrap you up with wrapping paper, brown paper, wrapping paper. Stick a tag on you. That's it. That's your life. That's what you amount to. So today, I went and got his urn. It wasn't delivered to the post office here that it's normally delivered to, but somewhere else, so I went and got it. And I brought it home and packaged it. It was so beautiful, very well done. And it came time to put him in. So I had to open up the box, unwrap them and open up the box, and there's the bag with the tag. It's a bag of ashes. It's not ashes, it's more crunched up bone. Something like grainy rock. And so I fit him into the box, and he just fit. I fit him into the box. I got some on me. I had gloves on, and so I'm sure there's little bits of him in my house. I put him in, and I put my pewter heart in on top of him. so that my heart will always be with him. And I sang Amazing Grace, all the while as I put the top back on and screwed it on together and turned it over, the right side up. I sat for a little while and I just held onto his remains, his cremains. I just looked at them. Still in shock as to everything that took place. And this was the end result. This was him. This is what his body, this is what was left of his body, of the man I loved. The man who was larger than life. The man who loved to give bear hugs. And I mean bear hugs. I was holding in my arms. He was on my lap. And it was just so surreal. And we're organizing when the time comes up. So many musicians want to play. That is his celebration of life. And he had a song that he would sing, and I think it was Willie Dixon. Don't quote me on that, but it's called Freddie. And his band was the most wonderful band. It was an 8-piece band. But there could be 12 people up there at any given time. Everybody, all musicians, wanted to play with Fat City. And for his celebration of life, they all want to play. And I spoke with one of his band brothers, who he was loved dearly. And I told him of what I thought should be done. He had his spats, and he had his bowler cap, his bowler hat, and he had his tuba and a bottle of Jack. And to place it up on the stage with a stool and let the band play as they always did. They did the intro for Freddie. And he would always flitter about, and he'd scarf back a few shots of Jack before he went up. But he would talk to people, blah, blah, and the band would play. And it was just instrumental, and they were just getting ready. And the song was ready. When he felt it, he'd jump on that stage. As soon as he put that one toe on that stage, he just transformed into larger than life. And he'd just go. He'd just, this big baritone, booming, howling voice would come out, and he'd get everybody up, dancing and
shaking their hip shaking and tail feathers going, and he would get them dancing. There's nobody I knew more that loved to have fun, and loved it when everybody was having fun. So what I'm going to do is the band will start, and I will give it some time. As customary, I will throw back a shot of Jack for him, and I will carry him up to the stage, and I will put him where he's meant to be, on that stage. And whoever is going to take over singing will start. But he will be home on that stage with all of the musicians playing. Every one of them. Everyone wants to be there. And it's going to be a beautiful event that I know you'll smile down on when it's time for me to meet my Lord. I know he'll be there. And that's when I'll get my hug. Rest in peace, my baby. Rest in peace. He's with his mom, who he loved. I can't tell you how much he loved her. So much, so much. He's with her now. And he's with his dad. He's with my dad. He's with my brother, and he's with my sister. And he's with all the musicians that we lost. He's with all of them. Every one of them. We're there to greet him too. So my heart is heavy because there was another thing that happened as well. That will be for another tape, another video. Rest easy and rest well, my Jedi Master. Dance among the stars and sing with God's choir. Sing with those angels. Sing with the greats up in heaven. Sing with all your legends. 'Cause I know you're schmoozing and charming. And then I know you're with your mom. So like I said, cause a ruckus up there. Cause a ruckus. 'Cause it's going to be a heck of a place to be. Amen. Always loved. And his legacy will always live on.